active warnings right now, but there are some very strong storms nonetheless. Look at all the lightning across our region. We're counting up to 1,600 lightning strikes, and this is in the last 15 minutes, spreading from Lake of the Woods County all the way down to the Ellendale area, where we continue to see thunderstorms persisting. Now, I want to take you up to Kittson County. This is a storm we've been watching very closely. It's moving right over Kennedy right now, and it is rotating quite tightly as it makes its way to the east. So that's a very dangerous storm. If you're in Kennedy or southern portions of Kittson County, we encourage you to keep your eyes on the skies and tune it here. We'll let you know if there's any change in the status of that storm, but it's a tightly rotating thunderstorm moving through the northern valley right now. Thief River Falls and the northern portions of Beltrami County seeing very strong thunderstorms as well. And our southern valley is covered by our storm chaser, Eric Whitehill, who is keeping his eyes on these clouds just to our south. Those have some lower hanging appendages to them as well. A lot of photos shared with our friends on Facebook, and we'll keep you updated here as these storms move through. This was the Gentilly area in Minnesota, not far from Crookston. That hail looks to be around golf ball size, maybe a little larger. So we'll keep you updated right here. We'll have your full forecast and continue to track these storms as they work their way through the valley. It does look quiet for the Devil's Lake Basin this evening. Now a little news, and we'll get you some more weather here in just a few minutes.
A very busy day, Hutch. Thank you. And you can stay up to date on all the changing weather conditions now and through the weekend and anytime from your smartphone or tablet. Just download the Storm Team Weather app to get the latest weather conditions and even follow the radar live. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store.
A weather-related story. In fact, it's a traffic heads-up for you. The shoulders along highways and the interstates are soft, including on the ramps, and there's still some standing water in the ditches. Car we want to show you right there ended up in the ditch near West Fargo this afternoon in the water-fed tall grass. We don't know exactly what happened here, but keep in mind some road shoulders are gravel and they have ruts on them. Some are marked with cones, and if you drift off the pavement a little bit, you could lose control of your vehicle. That car should serve as a warning and a reminder to everyone to be extra careful.
The Humane Society of the U.S. is trying to expose puppy mills. In this year's report called The Horrible 100, 3 breeders in our own backyard made that list.
We were contacted by concerned viewers asking us to investigate. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson traveled to Becker County today and has our story.
It is sad that there's these puppy mills around and that they're being allowed to continue to operate.
We paid a visit to a Detroit Lakes breeder by the name of Michelle Sonnenberg, who the USDA calls a repeat offender. The inspection records have violations ranging from pests to unclean water and unfit housing for the dogs. The owner's husband didn't want to speak with us on camera, but says everything is fine and showed us a few of their dogs. He says they have over 100. Next, we went down the road to the Renner's Kennel, where they have been cited for not getting dogs adequate veterinary care. We knocked, but the owner refused to comment.
I think there needs to be stricter penalties for the people that are having these issues. I mean, if they're keeping the dogs in unsanitary conditions, I think more needs to be done.
The Calvary Group, a national effort to protect and defend animal businesses, is speaking out against the Horrible 100 report done by the Humane Society.
They are against any animal enterprise making a profit from breeding and raising animals.
Mindy Patterson says breeders are being attacked by various animal rights groups, making many who raise and sell dogs look bad.
They want the general public to believe that these reports and photos depict day-to-day reality of all dog breeding facilities, when in fact these areas of noncompliance are resolved or corrected shortly after inspection.
It's just kind of ironic that at least 2 of them are in Becker County.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Another breeder from Minnesota topped the Horrible 100 list. The USDA filing a complaint against Clearwater Kennel, that's in Cushing, Minnesota, saying they have had years of violations. No breeders in North Dakota were mentioned in the report.
41 people stand accused of being members of a multi-state heroin trafficking conspiracy. According to court files, for about a year, 37-year-old Omar Beasley led a drug trafficking operation in which he recruited drug sources. He managed distributors and facilitators and drivers to bring heroin and other drugs to the Red Lake and White Earth Indian reservations in Minnesota and some Native American communities in North Dakota. Authorities say the drug ring was the largest source of heroin for the Red Lake and White Earth reservations. 41 defendants are named in the indictment and are charged with conspiracy to distribute heroin, meth, oxycodone, hydromorphone, and hydrocodone and methadone. The defendants are making initial appearances this week at the U.S. District Court in St. Paul.
Police in Bemidji have a warning for businesses around that area. Watch out for fake $20 bills. Investigators say several businesses and banks in the area have reported receiving counterfeit bills over the past week. Bemidji police encourage businesses to become familiar with identifying counterfeit bills and know the security features built into U.S. currency. Officers are also asking people to immediately report any suspicious activity to the Bemidji Police or Beltrami County Sheriff's Office. If you'd like to know how to spot fake bills, we have a link to the Secret Service Counterfeit Money Guide on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
More layoffs at one of Fargo's largest employers. CNH Industrial says it's cutting 38 full-time employees at its Fargo factory. They blame what they call market conditions, the ripple effect from the slumping farm economy. The layoffs will begin next month and should be completed in July. This is not the first time there have been job cuts at the Fargo location. Last November, there were 40 layoffs. That was followed by 80 in February. Senator Heidi Heitkamp is saying the recent problems in agriculture is something they are watching very closely. The Fargo CNH plant manufactures agricultural and construction equipment.
Folks all over the valley are remembering longtime Grand Forks radio personality Jim Bowman today. Bowman passed away last night at the age of 80 from cancer. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson looks back on his life with the people who knew him best.
And maybe it's time for the younger generation to take over and let some mature people just kind of sit back and prop their feet up.
After 55 years on the radio, most of them here at KNOX in Grand Forks, the familiar voice of Jim Bowman has gone silent. Today, longtime co-workers dug into their boxes of memories and reflected on the man they knew so well.
He was always smiling.
Yeah.
And he would always have a nice greeting for you. He was always happy to see you. It didn't matter who you were.
Okay.
So, and being younger than him and always being taught to respect my elders. He got my respect, but working with him, he earned it.
He said, you know, communicating to people was one of the greatest enjoyments in his life, being able to tell people about things going on in the community, trying to answer their questions. And then he certainly had a love for weather and trying to disseminate that. He used to say things like, I'm very happy to be able to share my thoughts on the weather to see if I get it right or not.
Bowman also spent 16 years on the Grand Forks Park Board, making sure his pet project, the Choice Health and Fitness Center, was completed.
And I thought that's Jim in a nutshell. Jim puts his mind to something, and it was going to get done, and it was going to get done right, and he was going to make sure that he saw it through. And he did.
That involvement with the community has been probably as enjoyable as anything. Or getting people to comment on when I guess the weather right. That's also been kind of a neat thing.
In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Funeral services for Jim Bowman will be 11 o'clock in the morning, Friday, June 5th at United Lutheran Church in Grand Forks. Visitation will be from 5 to 7 p.m.
He will be missed.
And he had a great set of pipes.
Oh, yeah, he sure did. Well, later on Valley News Live at 6, before the rain came, there were some key games played in sports. Beth will have all the highlights.
We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for viewers in Kittson County for this thunderstorm that is pretty tightly rotating as it moves its way out of the Kennedy area and towards Highway 59. I'll have the very latest on that, as well as your forecast for the rest of the night, coming up next.